Hey.
Well, this is quite the gate.
Yeah, it is.
It's impressive.
This is my favorite design of a gate. These people was wanting a gate, and they was like, well, send us some pictures of some gates you did, and I was hoping they'd pick this one. I sent pictures, and I was like, man, I hope they pick that one.
And they did. Look, how big is it here?
It's a big one. It's 16 feet long. It's like 7.5 feet tall, I guess.
And it's just clamped down here to your table.
Yeah. It won't fall over.
No?
If it does, you might find me in here just
That's
laying
not
here.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, and this was, Chris mentioned in the last video that you were working on a gate for a homeowners association. So
Yes.
this is that gate.
That's it.
And this
It
is
gets
what,
all it's supposed to look like Laurel, I guess.
yeah, it does very
but it's
much.
steel. I have a 3/4 inch round rod.
Oh.
I felt like that guy off of Full Custom Garage. That you ever watch that show?
No.
No, it's on Motor Trend. That guy's funny though. He's real slow. He just sits and stares at his stuff. He's just like, I just gotta get the feel of it. I just need to see what it needs. And he just sits there and it takes him forever.
And you
he
felt
just,
like that?
Yeah, because you just gotta figure out where to put one of these
Yeah.
little things. And
Twigs,
yeah, you gotta be random. You can't be the
symmetrical
same.
or
Yeah,
anything, yeah.
Right, it's gotta be totally random.
Well, I
all the
think
time.
you did a really good job.
Well, thank you.
This is what you do on rainy days.
Yeah.
Chris-
While the machine's still rented.
Yeah, yeah, but it hurts your feelings, don't
Yeah.
it? Chris is over there working on the red truck,
Yeah.
and you're working.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we just needed to show the people what you do,
Oh yeah.
what your day job is.
It's my day job. Since we can't quit because YouTube yet.
Yeah, we're on our way, but it's just
But I actually like my day job. It's pretty fun.
you do
Yeah.
a good job at it. So, all right, maybe we'll show them a picture when you actually get it installed, like
Okay.
how it looks
Yeah, it gets
out.
powder coated and all that good stuff.
Yeah, if we remember to do that, maybe
Okay.
we'll show it to them. All right, well, get back to it.
Okay. I'll just sit here and look at it.
Okay.
I ran over here as fast as I could.
Now, Isla, did you tell him?
Yes.
She told me.
Yeah.
She said, my dad has a message for you. He said he's about to start his truck. And he needs your help.
Oh, he needs your help?
I didn't think he needed my help, but I come anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just, in case it catches on fire or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of put it off. Like I've done a whole bunch of stuff that you don't really need to do. Like I washed the wheels
It's
and
been
tires.
ridiculous. I don't know what to do.
Well, you gotta wash the tires. They gotta be clean if you're gonna
I
drive.
told him earlier today the younger version of him would have had that thing done like 28 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's just been like polishing stuff before he starts it. I don't know what the deal is. He's really milking it. He maybe he's scared it's gonna blow up.
It's just that nervousness,
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay.
We gotta put some gas in first.
Hey.
I've been peer pressured into starting this thing without the exhaust. I didn't want to, but these two are forcing me to start it with open headers. So if
It's
it,
a full exhaust on it, maybe the motor doesn't even work, and then you're gonna have all that in exhaust.
if it does have a knock, we won't know because it's open headers. We won't be able to hear a thing.
You don't completely finish the project before you start it.
I agree.
That's what I like to do.
You ain't never.
I've turned over a new leaf.
I don't like it. I want the old leaf. I like the backside of the old leaf.
How big of a tank is this?
Oh, it's a big one. This will be the last time I fill it up with a jug, though. I'm going to the gas station.
With headers?
Yeah. Yeah. Can y'all think of anything else I'd miss?
No, can't think of it. Start it.
I got water in it.
We've almost started one on the engine stand before just to hear one run. You know?
Yeah. No, we
started one on the ground.
yeah, we started your race motor on the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just headers.
Oil pan sitting on the ground.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad this is taking a long time. I'm still a little nervous.
You want to put the rest in it tomorrow? Just quit for the day. You know, it's about supper time, I guess.
What time is it?
It's about 5 till 9.
About 3 o'clock. We better go eat supper. We'll come back and do this later.
Yeah, later. Made Steven quit working on his big gate. No.
Yeah.
Well, this is the most important thing happening today.
After he gets this running, we'll be able to finish my house.
I'll have to go to cruise-ins and car shows.
Because that machine's still rented.
The machine is still rented.
You about got her now.
Did you really go get me another 5 gallons?
What kind of fuel is that?
It's good stuff.
I smelled it. It's pump gas. I was trying to make sure he wasn't putting race gas in.
You know, I got this can from Dr. Tunamal, Nate, and he kind of told me, you know, he's dynoed all these cans anyways. He spec'd them. So I asked him what kind of power it'd make on pump gas, and he told me. And then he said, if you really want it to run good, put some E85 in it. Well, it just so happens I've got about 100 gallons of E85 sitting over there. So I might put some E85 in it.
I think the compression's too high for pump gas, so he might blow it up.
It ain't that high.
I think it is. You know, I talked to Mr. Lenati about my camp. No, I had mine custom ground. And he does all the dynoing on his, and they're supposed to just beat everything. Yeah. That's what I told him I wanted. Just saying.
Where should we stand?
Far away with a fire extinguisher.
How the fuel gauge working?
Is it out of gear?
I think, I don't know.
You got it through there.
Gosh, this one smells stiff.
Oh, gotta download the new software.
No, I've already done that. All right,
It's gonna be loud.
here goes nothing.
Wind through here. If you haven't
I
figured
thought
out
it
yet,
was fired by now.
we live in a very windy valley.
I think I've cut.
Well, that was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, so you just never know with these old vehicles. I tied in to the Holly's supposed to have a switch 12 volt. Well, it has 12 volts, this wire that I tied into when the key's on, but it does not have 12 volts when it's cranking. So the engine's turning over and the computer just turned off. So it won't fire like that. So I gotta find a different 12 volt wire that's got power while it's cranking.
Rookie mistake. Could have told you that.
How would you have figured out that this wire did not have 12 volts while cranking?
It would have took me like 16 days, but I would have figured it out. I would have been turning it over for 16 days, and then I would have looked over and seen my computer was dead in a hammer. I'd be like, there's the problem. Yep.
Okay, did you get it figured out?
I think so, maybe. I don't know.
Not too confident.
Well, I was pretty confident that it was gonna start the last time. You don't need to get in and look at this.
That's a conglomeration there.
Well, I didn't do any of this. This is from the factory, okay?
Okay.
So,
Whatever. I see something you did do right there.
yeah, well,
Untwisted wires.
yeah. It's all right. I'm not a professional car wirer.
We know.
Neither are you.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, where's that whiteboard? Take 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying so hard to keep it running. The air-fuel ratio is all over the place because it's open headers.
Yeah.
And the O2 sensor is like this far from
So
the
it's
end of the
getting
header.
air.
So it reads right for just a second, and then it reads dead lean.
Oh.
So I need to just get a pipe and stick it on the end of that.
Oh.
And
Is it the timing right on it?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I ain't checked it with a timing light, but
I would have done that. I mean, you started it without checking the timing with the timing light?
She's alive.
she's alive. Fired right up. I
Yeah.
mean, first try, you know.
On the take 2. First try on the take 2.
No, I mean, I just came out here today and just fired it up.
The second time.
It just started right up.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
we'll come back with an update. Or
Yeah.
What?
I'll make a few little tweaks and
Take it to the gas station.
drive it down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, I might get you to just weld me a
No.
weld me a little pipe on so that I can stick it off the header.
Okay.
Okay.
donuts.
You
Brother,
did.
you gotta stick around.
He sucked down a bug, I guess.
So much fuel coming out of this thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
you gotta stick around.
You know, I was just inside and all of a sudden I hear,
Yeah, well.
Wide open.
Wide open.
You
redneck
guys
stuff.
made me start it with open headers, so I figured I might as well drive it with open
Yeah,
headers.
you might as well.
So it runs terrible.
I think you like it.
I mean, it's all right. It's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
Them donuts sounded good,
It was obnoxious.
but it runs terrible. I mean, just absolutely terrible. I've done all I can do with the fuel on the computer, and air fuel ratio is just like bouncing back and forth. It has no idea what kind of fuel it has in it. The O2 sensor is about that far from the end of the header, and it's reading a lot of air, and it's just not doing good.
Yeah, it won't work.
But I was thinking while I was driving it around, people that do this kind of stuff all the time don't think it's a big deal. But to take as many nuts and bolts apart and put them all back together and things just work, like that blows my mind. I don't understand how it works. And the engine, I built the engine too, and for that thing to just crank up and run, I don't understand how that works. There are a million moving parts inside of an engine, and to not like mess up on one of them to where the engine won't turn or won't run, that's kind of mind-boggling. I don't know what the problem is yet, but I did mess up on something. It's got a pretty bad oil leak.
What?
Yeah.
It leaks oil.
It leaks oil. It's got a puddle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It does leak oil.
Yeah, see the
We
puddle?
got, oh no.
See there? That's why you don't
I know.
finish everything before you drive it or start it. Because look, if he'd had the exhaust on, he'd have done been having to take it off.
Oh, see.
That is true.
We should tell the people what the noise is behind. We gave him a shout out in the last
Oh, yeah,
video,
Justin
but
Willett.
he's actually here in
Justin's
real
back
time.
over here detailing vehicles again.
Yeah. With the,
We've got our own personal detailer here at the shop. He's here all hours of the day, and if we need something washed, we just slide him $100 and he washes it. Yeah, so I didn't have the exhaust on it, so it's gonna be easier to pull the transmission out. I don't know where it's leaking from, but it's somewhere in between the engine and the transmission. So maybe the rear main seal or the rear cover. It's not leaking out of the top of the engine, and it's not leaking out of the oil pan. I just don't know.
Rookie mistake.
Daggone it. I use a lot of RTD.
I bet that small block Chevy over there won't leak a drop of oil. It's always leaked oil.
It's gonna leak like crazy.
If it don't leak, it'll be a miracle.
that's hilarious. All right. What'd he just ask?
He asked me to crank it up. First time. I wonder if he's gonna let me drive it.
No, you might have to get a little problem.
He said no. Oh, is this carburetor jumper? You got
No, it's open headers.
You got to pat the gas.
Trying to figure out the brakes. It's got good brakes, but the pedal is hard as a rock. So I thought maybe it didn't have vacuum to the booster, but it does have vacuum to the booster. But maybe it's not enough. I don't know. I just held my finger over that vacuum line.
It might be a bad brake line or something.
When your neighbor says thank you for shutting it off and you start it back up.
I'm gonna need you to go close the office door.
Oh no. Man, all the clothes are gonna stink.
What the people don't, I was gonna say what the people don't know, they can hear how loud it is, they can't smell how stinky it is.
Smells good.
It needs race gas in it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's still running like junk because it's still open headers, but that's why we're putting it on the lift to fix that.
They're supposed to run good when they're open headers.
If it's carbureted, but
That's what mine's gonna be.
if it's got an O2 sensor that close to the end of the header, it don't work out real good. But
Dad's gonna be mad.
he's gonna be mad.
Look at his car over there.
You know,
He bought
I've never
Dad
seen
bought that
Dad
look-
mad.
Right. He's gonna be his mad, which is not mad. But
Is
it's-
it?
we're gonna.
He's not
no.
gonna talk to us for like 5 minutes.
Oh no.
He's gonna walk in, look at that, and then just go right in the house and not say a word.
Yeah,
He's gonna look at his,
this poor little old race car,
Still not done.
still not done.
And now off the lift. Dad bought that lift to put his race car on it, and now Chris has took it off and put his truck on it.
Yeah, I'll be done in just a minute. Just a minute.
His car'd be done just a minute if we'd get it done.
That's true. That's true. But I got it on the lift. I'm gonna unfortunately pull the transmission and the transfer case and see about fixing that oil leak. It's gotten worse. It's gotten real bad. It's just like sitting there just dripping. So I guess on something like this you have to make one mistake.
Yeah,
You gotta mess up
yeah.
with something. So I'm gonna fix that and build an exhaust for it. And we'll see what it sounds like when it comes off the lift.
okie dokie.
Okay.
Yep.
This is not the shape that you want your truck in after you get done putting it back together. But we got it tore apart. Got the headers off. Transmission, transfer case there. Got the clutch there. This still looks great. Got the rear cover there, which I don't see anything wrong with it. I've got a new rear main seal that I've just had laying around, so I'm gonna pop it in just for the heck of it. And then I'm gonna completely coat this thing in RTV. I don't really see anything jumping out at me that was leaking too bad. I think it might have been in between the oil pan gasket. So I'm gonna try to shove a little bit of RTV in there and see if I can get that sealed up. And I don't know if I've just never paid attention to it or what, but I guess maybe, oh, well look, that right there is torn. I don't know that would have caused it a lot, but maybe a little bit. Okay, so I'll replace this thing too. But gotta go to the auto parts and get some RTV, and we'll get this thing slapped back together. How's it going?
It's a good one.
Okay, so I think we got the oil leak fixed. I cranked it up just to check for a minute, see if it leaked, and it didn't leak, so that's good. Got all that back together. Now I've started working on the exhaust, and I bought this complete 3-inch exhaust kit for a 1992 Chevrolet Silverado with a 5.3 in it. I'm just kidding. I didn't buy a kit. I completely made all that. I went to the local exhaust shop down the road, got them to bend a few things for me and flare some pipes and stuff like that. So it all slips together and it'll all weld up. We had some leftover 3-inch mandrel bends from the exhaust we done on the Cadillac a year or so ago. So I'm using a couple of those, and I bought some straight pipe, and I've got some Spin Tech mufflers, which sound really good. I don't know, I've never had any, but I've heard vehicles with them on it. So that looks pretty neat all laid out. And now it's ready to go up in the truck and put it on.
Okay.
So just waiting on a few exhaust hangers. They should be here tomorrow morning. And I'll be able to stick that stuff up in there and start welding it up.
Very cool.
Yep.
And then it won't be so loud.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit less loud. A little bit. It'll still probably be loud.
Less stinky.
Oh, the mufflers take all the stink out.
That's good.
Those are anti-stink mufflers.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I sense that that's not the case.
No, I mean, you look at the box that they came in. It says anti-stink mufflers on it. So for you guys that have wives that don't like stinky cammed vehicles, get Spintex. It says on the box anti-stink. So when these go on, the exhaust will no longer smell like exhaust.
Okay.
It'll smell like, what kind of perfume you wear? It'll smell like that perfume.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okie dokie then.
Well, we got it done.
Got it done?
Yeah, wasn't too bad. We were able to kind of tack it all in place up in the truck and then bring it down on the ground and weld it up. Steven welded it all up for me.
Nice.
It's done. Check it out.
I'm not sure I know what what I'm looking at. I'm assuming it's all the shiny metal.
Yeah.
As opposed to the rusty metal.
Yeah. But it's about ready to sit down and crank it up and see what it sounds like. glad to have that job done. I don't really like building exhaust, but it needed it bad. So
It's much more bearable.
yeah, it's bearable. And I figured this would be a good starting point. If I decide down the road that maybe it's a little bit too loud, then I can put some little resonators or something like that on it to quieten it down some. But now I want it to be obnoxious and loud. So it's done.
Awesome.